Bonjour, Madame T.
Bonjour, Madame Queneau. Ça va?
Oui, ça va bien. Et vous?
Très très bien, merci.
Très bien, that's
Qu'est-ce
fantastic.
que nous faisons aujourd'hui?
Today we're going to talk about the passé composé with avoir.
But what is the passé composé?
Well, interesting you should ask. The passé composé is a past tense, not unlike das Perfekt in German for those German students.
Really?
Yes, it's true.
How's it formed?
Well, it's interesting. It's the passé composé because it's composed of two parts.
Aha, remember, passé composé, two words, two parts.
Two words, two parts, composé, composed of two parts. And the first part, you can see here, number one, we conjugate the appropriate auxiliary verb. And today we're going to talk about avoir.
Oh, can you say that after, and I'll repeat after you?
Okay, j'ai, tu as, ils, on a,
il, on a,
nous avons, vous avez, ils, elles ont.
Ils ont.
That's right. And
That's the present tense of avoir.
That's the present tense of avoir. So we need to know it really well, don't we?
Absolutely.
That's the first part. First of all, conjugate the verb. The second thing we do, we add the past participle.
What's the past participle?
It's part of a verb. It's only a part of the past participle. And it's a bit like adding ed to a verb in English.
Right.
Yes.
Or something like, I have written.
Yes, I've written.
Is written the past participle?
Written is the past participle. We have lots of irregular past participles in English, but it's like I have jumped.
I have jumped.
Yeah, I have
named.
I have. We have lots of irregular ones. I keep thinking of irregular ones. I have played. I have played. Exactly.
Okay, so played and named. All those ones are the past participles.
And you can see here. We have three verbs in French, don't we?
Three verbs again.
That's right, ER, IR and RE. And they each have their own way of forming the past participle. What do you think we've done here?
Oh, that's easy. I can see there. You've just taken away that ER and you've added an E acute.
That's it. E accent aigu, that's right. Parler. So parler like that becomes parler.
And it sounds the same?
Sounds exactly the same, but it's written differently. What have I done with IR?
Oh, I can see that. The finir. What you've done, you've just knocked off that R.
I have, and I've got fini. J'ai fini, that's right.
Fini.
And now vendre, RE verbs are a little bit different, aren't they? What have I done here?
Oh, you've added a U. You've taken away the RE.
Take away the RE.
And it's U.
I've added a U. So if we took that first verb, parler, and we did the first thing, we conjugated avoir, and we added the past participle, we'd have something like this. Do you want to say it after me?
Yeah.
J'ai parlé.
J'ai parlé.
Tu as parlé.
Tu as parlé.
Il a parlé.
Il a parlé.
Nous avons parlé.
Nous avons parlé.
Vous avez parlé.
Vous avez parlé.
Ils ont parlé.
Ils ont parlé. Aha, that's great, isn't it?
Now there's more than one way to translate this in English. It can mean I have spoken.
Right.
Or it can mean I spoke.
Yes.
Or I did speak. English is a bit tricky. We have a few more tenses sometimes, don't we?
Doesn't it?
We do, but we just need to remember that it's a completed past tense. It's something that's happened, that's over, that's done. I have spoken or I spoke.
Okay.
It's completed. So what you've got on this sheet, and by the way, girls, you can see here, this is your OneNote page that you were all sent, le passé composé, avoir.
Can I try doing these?
Why don't you try doing some of those? That's a great idea.
You can write it for me if you like.
Fine.
Well, the first.
So what do you think we'll do here,
They're
Ashley?
pretty easy actually, because all I do is just with Ashley.
Like that.
With that thing on the end. So I knock off all the ERs.
That's
and
right.
I add the
Let's just do a couple more. Aider.
Aider.
That's right.
Aimer.
Aimer, exactly. So you know exactly what to do. That's great work.
And one more, chercher.
Chercher, fantastic. Now what about with the IR? What are we going to do there?
Oh, that's great. Choisir. Okay, I just knock off the R. Choisir.
Yeah, choisir, exactly.
Grossir.
Yep.
What does grossir mean?
Grossir means to become fatter, to fatten.
And then the opposite is maigrir.
That's right, to lose weight, to become meagre, if you will. Maigrir, that's right.
And then pâlir.
Pâlir. Pâlir means to go pale. And then attendre, if we're moving on to the RE ones. That's it, exactly. Attendu. Then.
Descendu.
Yep. And then.
Répondu.
Répondu.
Oh, that's quite good. There's a pattern anyway.
There's a pattern because these
are
regular verbs. That's right. So if we looked at some of these ones, how would we say I bought?
J'ai acheté.
Because the first thing I do, I conjugate avoir, and then the second thing I do, I add the past participle.
What about if I wanted to say he's loved somebody?
He loved somebody.
Il a.
Yes, il a aimé. I'm going to say he. I'm going to conjugate the correct form of avoir, and I'm going to add the past participle. aimer.
Oh, great. What about doing one of these? How about I'd say we chose.
We
Would
chose.
that be nous avons choisi?
That's correct, absolutely right, because we're going to conjugate avoir so that it matches nous. It's the right form of avoir. And then we're going to say nous avons choisi. We're going to add the past participle.
Right. And
So
what about they waited?
they waited.
Now, if it's mixed, it'll be il.
It'll be il because there might be 1 million girls and only half a man.
And it's always
still
how
going to.
sexist is that?
They're very sexist. It's still going to be il. If there's any skerrick of maleness at all, it will be il, not elle.
And do you say ils ont or do you say ils ont?
Ils ont, because we make the liaison. There's a vowel here, so we make this join on ils ont.
So ils ont attendu.
Attendu. That's right, attendu. And there's our past participle. The two parts. First part we conjugate avoir. Second part we add the past participle. That's great. Fantastic. So, and you can see down here. So these are regular verbs. And on the sheet that you all have, we have some irregular ones, don't we?
Do we?
Which we had to learn. We had to learn, didn't we? Can you remember what they are?
Is apprendre. Now let me think. Prendre is like pris.
It is.
So would it be appris?
It is. Appris, like that. Appris, because prendre is an irregular verb. Absolutely correct. And avoir is eu, like that, exactly. And dire, dit. Brilliant. And écrire,
écrit.
Écrit.
It's like
Fantastic.
a little bit like dit, isn't
That
it?
these two are
Very similar.
but don't be confused. Do you remember what the past participle is?
Lu.
Yes. Very important, because
Now-
lit is a bed.
No, être. Let me think. It's été.
It's été.
That's
And
like the word summer.
it's like the word summer, exactly. So we can also get confused there,
Yeah,
can't we?
mi.
Mettre, mi. Brilliant. And now, this is an interesting one. It's quite a special past participle. Ouvert. That's right, ouvert. And what about prendre?
Pris. That's right.
You knew that before, didn't you?
Yes, that's from the other one.
Brilliant. And
That's
pouvoir?
right. Pu.
Pu.
That's a bit like the lire. Yes, and
Yep.
voir
And voir
is vu.
is vu. That's it, exactly.
But you have to just remember those, don't you?
You do. And faire, which we've got up here as well. Faire is fait. And recevoir is reçu, like this. And we have to put the cedilla on, because otherwise it would be recu, and it would be something else altogether.
Probably a good idea to put these on a little card or on a table and put it up on
Somewhere.
your whiteboard at home.
The other thing you could do, remember, you could go to those sheets that I sent you as well. All the verbs that you learnt from Sarul. These are all the regular ones, all the regular verbs that you should know.
That's fantastic.
And then all the irregular ones that you should know. And you can fill this out yourselves using Sarul. And these are all the irregular ones. And you can conjugate them, and you can also add...
Is the one up there
slightly irregular. Why I put it
Slightly.
there is because it's got a regular past participle, but it's slightly irregular, like préféré. Slightly irregular. That should have an accent there. Slightly irregular in the conjugation, just in terms of the accents. That's why I put them there.
Okay.
So they're just a little bit irregular. So you can refer to these, and if you fill these out, then yes, that's a great idea.
Yes.
Or
put it
Madame
up.
T, or I should call Frau Tambura.
Yeah.
I should. Yes, that's a great idea.
Put them up on your wall.
Put them up on your wall, or put
and
them on
learn
cards.
one a day, and then
That's a great
that
idea.
will keep Madame Kerno away.
That's right. It's always a good thing. So there's passé composé with avoir.
Great. Merci.
Merci.